just wanted to share with you guys my plants that I've got going on here. It looks like a real jungle in demure life. I'm currently here tonight just, checking the vibes, creating the vibes, shifting the vibes, all that good stuff. So I just want to share the plants that I have and how they are thriving and they're really doing well here. So the first plant that I have, I should probably go back on it. This one's not necessarily fully thriving. This is a euphorbia. I believe it's called a euphorbia cactus. This did have 4 cacti in it, but now it's down to 2 because 2 of them died for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why. It didn't look that healthy when I got it. I thought I could save it. Couldn't figure out why, but these 2 are kind of hanging on. So I put them closer to a window, and I wanted to see how that would go. And then I have this beauty. I love this plant so much. This is called a Hoya carnosa compacta. If you see her leaves, she has pink ones, and I really like that because that just shows me that it's doing well, because the Hoya carnosa compacta variegata, this species specifically turns pink when it's happy, and it's getting its light requirements. That's generally the case with a few different Hoya varieties that you come across. They change a color. They get more lush in color when they are happy and they are getting the right requirements to them. So this one is doing really good, and it's trailing a lot. So I just want to share that one. I love this one so much. This one is a Hoya DS70, and this one actually turns like a reddish, if you could see. There's some red in this one as well. And purple, there's like purple pieces too, if you kind of see. And I don't know why I really wanted this one, but I really enjoy this one. It's like this happy little plant that I really like. I really just enjoy this plant a lot. And this one is turning more purple since I've gotten it as well. So just shows me that this is a really great window for my Hoyas. Then I have this other Hoya that is also, I believe it's called a wax leaf variety. And these 2, the Hoya compacta carnosa compacta, and then this variety, the porcelain leaf or wax leaf Hoya, they are very similar, but they have different variegations. This one's more white, in around the edges rather than having a lot of white throughout the leaf. So there's that. Then we have this big bird of paradise standing up. Now keep in mind, I'm 5'6", almost 5'7", and this is how big this bird of paradise has gotten. It's pretty big. They require a lot of light, and as big as this one is, it's really not necessarily my favorite because it takes a lot of energy to oh wow, this is a new leaf coming in, so that's good. But they do require a lot to me. I really liked this one when it was little, and it used to be little, kind of like that one. So I've had this for some time now. It's been a long time since I've had this bird of paradise because, like I said, I grew it from that little bit. So there's that. And moving along, we have there's actually 3 plants in here, so don't get into a funk thinking that your Janet Craig compacta is like small, because they usually are very small, but I put 3 different plants in here and they've been really growing. This one was quite small, and I'm just pulling back the leaves so you guys can see. That one was really small when I first got it, and they are just thriving here in this window. This is a compacta, so I don't expect it to get too big, but who knows, because they can get very big. Janet Craig's, this lime green goddess over there, that's what that is over there. So, they can get very big, but this is a compacta variety, so I'm not necessarily sure how big this one is going to get. Then we have here, this one is a peperomia. I forget. I think this is also known as a baby rubber plant. So I'm not very privy or understanding of this one just yet, because I just got this a couple of weeks ago. I really liked the leaves because they reminded me of the Hoya. Like Hoyas, I really like the waxy part of the leaf. I just enjoy those. So this caught my eye, and it's grown a lot actually. Like if you take a look, all these smaller leaves on there, they were actually not there when I had bought this plant. These are the older leaves, and this is the majority. So if you'd see the lighter color leaves, those were the original leaves, and all these little ones just came out. So this one's really happy here in the window as well. I really like this one because the little leaves are so cute. And yeah. So anyway, moving along. This is a Rhaphidophora tetrasperma, and also known as a mini monstera. So I really like this one too. This one is doing its own thing. It's starting to vine a bit. I don't have it attached to anything. It's just kind of leaning against the wall. So the shine on these leaves is so pretty. But yeah, I've had this one for a few months now, and it's doing a lot of growth. It's growing a lot. It's putting off a lot of new leaves, and it's definitely a vining plant. So it is going and spreading out. So this whole part over here, I'm going to probably wait until it's able to stand a little bit more and maybe get a moss pole for this one. So you see, this is actually a friend of mine that had passed away, and this is a painting that he had painted. So I try to keep them together just to show reverence. So anyway, this is a bird of paradise. And like I said, when I first bought my bird of paradise, when I first bought this bird of paradise, this big one, it was actually small like this. So I had this big bird of paradise, I think maybe probably 3 or 4 years now. So they do grow, and I really didn't do anything with this one at all. I really didn't. So I thought that was interesting. I've actually paid more attention to this now than I have in the past couple of years. So there's this, and I just got this one kind of to fill the space. Not really necessarily fully attached to this bird of paradise, but it's okay. And this one is a rubber tree. No, not a rubber plant, is it? Rubber plant? Ficus elastica. I really like the leaves on this one. They're really shiny and pretty, and they feel sturdy. You could touch them and not feel like they're going to break. They're pretty durable. So I like durable leaves because my son likes to grab my plants, and yeah, they don't always make it. So this is my elephant ear, and it's kind of grown. I'll pull back a little bit so you guys can see. It's kind of growing like that on the shelf. So that's just the deal with here. But you know what I find really interesting about the elephant leaf is that elephant ears, like from my experience, my personal experience, they only let me have like 3 leaves at a time. So like this actually had like 6 leaves, and then 3 of them die, and then it's every time that they change, like they kind of drop 3 leaves, have 3 leaves. So in my mind I call them the Trinity plant, you know. So I really like those. I think they're really pretty. And they're big too. Again, I'm not a small woman, so I think that that's pretty substantial to see how, how big it is. So those leaves. This is my, it's called the Asteris ivy. I don't really see a very big difference between like an English ivy and an Asteris ivy. I got this like arrangement from Lowe's. Whatever that was, it's dying, and it was extremely hard to water. I still don't know what it is in this either. I think I really just might as well do my own arrangement. That's what it inspires me to do. String of, I'm going to call these, I think these are actually string of dolphins rather than string of bananas. I can't really tell the difference, but feels like a little dolphin like rather than banana, but I don't know. Then we have this Dieffenbachia, the dumb cane. I really like the pattern of this one. This one's pretty. And then we have a golden pothos. And this is a heartleaf philodendron that's starting to trail down my shelf. I really like trailing plants. I really enjoy them. They make me happy. This golden this golden pothos is actually trailing so much I kind of wrapped it around this book. So there's that. Then I had the Sansevieria. This is like my old homie. This came with me when I opened my store from my home. So this one is 5 years old. And she is kind of just growing. This cabinet space, and not my cabinet, my counter space. My counter is probably about 4 feet or 4.5 feet. So she is pretty tall. And then I have this philodendron red cardinal. Her leaves are so pretty. And let me just take her out a little bit so you can see. You see, they call her red cardinal because she has this red trunk. Oh, and I'm getting a new leaf. Look at that. Nice. And I just got this one. This one is a Janet Craig. It's not a compacta. It's just regular Janet Craig. Never seen one this color, so I had to definitely cop that. I was very intrigued by this neon green. And I don't have any neon green plants here in my shop other than this one. So this one kind of like really pops out to me. Then we have some cuttings that I have here. This has been here. I need to probably water this. No, actually, she's good. I have these cuttings growing in sphagnum moss. Sphagnum moss is really great for cuttings if you guys are looking to figure out how to propagate some plants. So this is my Monstera adansonii, and when I got this plant, it was quite small, and she's doing pretty well. I'm pretty proud of her, doing her thing. So here we go to this side now. This is a croton and a garden croton. This plant my mother actually gave me, and I'll tell you a story about it. My mom, for those of you that know me, my mother passed away earlier this year, and this plant, it died like before, it died a lot. Like literally it was just this stick like for a while, and I just couldn't have it in my heart to throw it away because it was something my mom gave me. And so I really nursed this plant back to health, and she is blossoming now, She's doing very well. And, there's a dead leaf right here. But, I tell you, it's a hell of a transformation because none of this was here. This was all bare. And, she definitely started losing some down here. So I love this plant, and I'm very blessed to have this one. So that one's very special to me. This one is probably the other one that I'm not really crazy about. This is called the Ficus pumila. A Ficus pumila, this is just ashy. Like, I don't know. It just feels dry. It's crispy all the time, regardless of how much water I give it. And I moved it all around my shop, and it's just doing weird things. I'm over it. I'm over that one. Yeah, kind of over it. If anybody has any, what's it called, advice on the Ficus pumila, I'm more than willing to listen. It's ashy. It's just dry. Just dry. And I'm not a fan of this one because anytime I move it, like mad leaves fall off, and then it just is dry. But, actually it's looking a little bit better today, I should say, than it was a while back. So moving along, now we have the Hoya curtsy. And I really enjoy Hoyas because they just, to me, look really pretty. I like the leaves on these. And I like the waxiness of the leaves that they have. So I'm a Hoya fan. I like Hoyas, and I like pothos, like anything trailing I really enjoy. And look I got some baby leaves coming in. So medicine, love it. And this one again, Hoyas, they have more variegation and stuff when the more light they get. So as you can see, these leaves are coming in a little purple because this window, like the windows to my shop, are southwest facing, I believe. And here we go. This is Queen of the Night cactus. And it took a while for me to ID this one because I have never seen one like this, and I had to do a lot of research in figuring out which one this was because I've never seen one like this. I saw it when I got it. I was like, this is a weird looking plant, and I'm weird, so I want something weird too. And we had like this conversation, me and this plant. I was like, oh, you're weird. I'll take you home. I'll learn you. And when I actually bought this one, it was really tiny. Like there's a little bit, little cactus points. So she's starting to already trail, and she's feeling like really a lot more succulent. Like her leaves feel like a succulent, it's hard to explain this plant, but it's really interesting looking to me. And I've never seen a trailing cactus that had flat. So I thought it was interesting and sticks out a lot. So then we have this other bird of paradise, kind of boring there, but yeah, that's that. We have a Fittonia. These guys like faint. They faint when you don't water them, or it's like they're kind of funny like that. They're also called nerve plants. So this one is a pink one. I have one at home that's red, but this one's pretty. It actually reminds me a lot of my grandma, because my grandma used to like green and red together. So this one I enjoy. And then we have this Majesty Palm, and this also my mother had given me. And it's, again, this plant died like really dead, like one stalk. And if you guys have come into my shop, you would probably see it in the corner looking raggedy. But she's actually starting to grow again, and I am very happy that I didn't give up on it. It's growing, and it's very hard to get a Majesty Palm to grow properly indoors. That's definitely an oversight, I think, that was a part of the process, but she's working. Then we have Dieffenbachia Camille variety. This one is just small. She's growing. And another croton. That's sweetgrass, so that's why I skipped it. It's not a plant. So this is another croton. Then we have here this monstera that's struggling, that's riding this struggle bus. Sometimes I buy plants that to me look like they're struggling, because I want to see if I can heal them or work with them and get them to be better. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So there's that. Then I have the Syngonium Berry Illusion variety. So I like this so much that I got another one. So I have the twins over here. And this is my mom, and then that's my grandmother. So they are here with me. You know, always have your ancestors close. So they are here. So anyway, moving along, we have another pothos. This is one that I had done. I had got a bunch of cuttings together, and then this is a Philodendron Brazil. For me, this Philodendron Brazil variety, they don't necessarily grow the same as like heartleaf philodendrons. So if you like heartleaf philodendrons, that's not gonna grow the same way. So I think it's because of the variegation. But so just keep that in mind, because I have tons of philodendrons at home, and the Brazil variety to me is like the most tricky. So going along, this one up here, I guess I have to go back there. This is called a kangaroo paw fern, and I like that one. I think that this one is peculiar because the roots grow out of the container, like out of the planter. You can have a lot of aerial roots with those, so I think those are pretty neat. I think they're unique. I'm one for unique plants. I like unique. So this is that little Janet Craig compacta, like the ones that I have in my front window, the 3 of them. This is how tiny they were when I actually put them in there. So they grow at their own pace depending on their conditions. And yeah, I think I finished all the plants that I have here. Yeah, that was all of them. Nope. This one, what is this one? I didn't even take the tag out of it. So this is called the Florida Beauty Dracaena Godsiffiana. Interesting. So I like this one. I thought this was cute. But yeah. So these are all my plants. And the vibe. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any plant questions, anything that I can help or give advice on when it comes to plants, I'd be happy to help. I really enjoy growing them and propagating them and sharing them. So yeah, thanks. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.